All right, we're live, we're good to go, and it's time for the recap. It's time for the recap. Let's check. Let me check my sound real quick. Thought I had it. Yeah, we're good. All righties. Time to do it. All right, so let's start off. The order we did it in this time was and you know what? Let's skip that. Let's just get into how we did this time. All right, so starting with number 7. And a surprise to literally no one, is the Parasite Cage segment from Kingdom Hearts. This is going through all of Monstro, and Chain of Memories. This one took me, let's see, 1 hour, 14 minutes, 51 seconds, and 4 deaths. I will say that the this game as a whole has gotten way better. I actually thought the Parasite Cage boss itself was not actually that bad, honestly. This is a huge. I think the biggest thing for me in this game is the fact that I bought more cards and more cards to work with. Just hugely improved the amount of enjoyment I got out of this game. So, because honestly, it almost beat the one in number 6. But again, Kingdom Hearts, last place, Chain of Memories. You know, same day, different stuff. You know. Moving on to number 6 is, again, no surprise, because this was in number 6 last time, is the Ladies' Pets segment from Triforce Heroes. This one took me 3 deaths and 1 hour, 53:52. And the biggest thing that put this above the Kingdom Hearts segment was just my enjoyment of just going through this kind of like fortress area. So really cool puzzles in this one. I actually enjoyed this one a lot more. And the boss is pretty cool, which is a amalgamation of the first 3 bosses, which is unfortunate because Blizzagia was definitely my favorite boss so far, and this is definitely the new favorite boss of the game. I enjoyed this one a lot more than the last previous segments for sure. So this is definitely the best one so far, but you know, these 2 are at the bottom for a reason. I would much rather play every other game on this list any day of the week, but you know, might as well, since I'm here, I want to enjoy this as much as I can. So in 5th place, we're moving from 2nd all the way down to 5th. Last time this one had a super cool boss battle, and this time, you know, it was pretty much a giant wave downwards of disappointment. This is the Temple of Persephone and the Chasing Calliope section of God of War Chain of Memories. This one took me 58 minutes, 11 seconds, 27 deaths, which is easily the worst part for me. And this one is simply here, all the way down here, moving from 2nd all the way down to 5th, because of how little I enjoyed. It was like this insane gauntlet, just like, oh, I fight this guy, now I fight this guy, now I fight this guy, now I fight and it was just like, this is absurd, man. Why am I fighting all these random people? I don't care. Like, it just feels like they're just... This one and the next one kind of felt like they went for more of a hard rather than fun approach. And, you know, I'm playing on hard, so I guess that's my fault for playing on a harder difficulty. But, man, did I not enjoy this as much. It just... I was playing this with my fiance in the room, and, like, she kept, you know, at the end of it, she was like, man, you really didn't enjoy that very much. I was like, no, I didn't, because I just got real frustrated, and it was like... You know, you would play fine, and then, like, you have to... Especially there was this one section where these 2 guys were coming to fight you, but, like, the camera was, like... Because it's a fixed camera, you would come around here, and it was this tiny arena, and you're just walking around like this, and you can't even see when the guys are coming at you, and it was super frustrating. I was getting very aggravated, and I just didn't enjoy this section very much. I'm gonna be straight up honest. Which is such a disappointment based on how good the previous one was. Because the previous one was awesome. With the Karen boss battle. And this is just felt like such a... It took a nosedive. It literally took a nosedive. But, that being said, God of War is still more fun to play than playing with cards and playing with your totem stacking. So, biggest reason there. Alright, we have another one that slipped here. Moving from number 3 down to number 4, and that is the Chapter 4 B-side from Celeste. This one took me 1 hour, 53:24, 642 deaths. So many deaths, dude. This is another one. where it just felt like it was hard hard to be hard rather than hard to be fun. And you know, like a Dark Souls is hard to be fun for me, if that makes sense. Where you're like learning boss battles and like you're trying to do this, but this felt like some of the parts of this were definitely just like a oh man, I can't. Yeah, there was multiple times where I just got that. You can go back and watch that. I definitely get fatigued in the middle of it. Didn't enjoy this just nearly as much. But it still has some really good moments and stuff like that. It's really, really creative. It's still very creative. And, you know, it's not as, it didn't feel as tedious as the God of War section, which is why it's up here at number 4. But, yeah, there you go. That's number 4 for that. I haven't even talked about what I'm doing next for each of these segments, and I'm so sorry. So let's go back to the quick. Obviously, for Celeste, next one is the Chapter 5 B-side. So, I think that's the Mirror Temple, I want to say. Which will be pretty cool to see what they do with the B-side of that. We are finishing up Chains of Olympus. We're doing the Groves of Persephone and the Fields of Elysium. So we're finishing up God of War Chains of Olympus, and then I can finally stream some God of War for you guys. I'm super excited for that. And then we have Stall Champion for Triforce Heroes. That sounds super cool. But you know, and then for looks like Oogie Boogie is the next segment, which means Halloween Town for Chain of Memories. So good stuff there. Let's keep moving. In third place, so this was in first twice in a row. It has moved down to third, and that is Arkham Knight's Abduction at the Clock Tower and On the Arkham Knights Trail. This was a long section. I actually found out that I actually did more than I needed to, and I should have, because I was supposed to keep it stopping. But I went, and it took me 2 hours, 43 minutes, 37 seconds, and 4 deaths. Most of those being me trying to get Riddler informants when I shouldn't be. This is the biggest reason this has fallen a little bit is just that not much happened. So we have this moment where Batman talks to Gordon and he tells him about like, hey, your daughter's involved. You have this, and it has Batman following the Arkham Knight's trail and like recreating the scene. That was cool. That's all that happens though. That's all that happens. Which is the biggest reason why it's not. Which is why it's, you know, has moved down some. It's just not much happens in this particular section. I still think the story of this is very good. The moment where they show Barbara Gordon how she got injured hits really hard. For somebody who is in a wheelchair, you know, seeing her get shot in the spine and everything, it's just bleeding out on the ground. Really hard to stomach for me personally. Just that whole story hits really, really hard for me. I'm really glad they didn't go the full thing with the actual thing where I know that, like, in the original story, that Joker, I think, rapes her and stuff, and I'm really glad they didn't show that here. But, you know, it's a very good story stuff. It's just not enough there for me to put it higher. We did a lot of side mission stuff in this, too. Like, probably 75% of what I did was just side stuff. We did a lot of the firefighter stuff. We did a little bit of Riddler, but not a whole lot. We started the Man-Bat stuff. We started the Azrael quest line. We started the Firefly stuff. We did a lot of Riddler stuff. I think we're already. I think I remember hearing we're over 15% done with all the Riddler stuff, which is so good stuff there. Yeah, so there you go. The next thing we're doing there is we kind of already did the first part, the scene of the crash. We did that, which is we're not supposed to do that yet, so my bad. And the other thing is the Miyagani Island base. So basically, this will be a much shorter segment because I messed up. But yeah, that'll be great to see that one. Next up, we have in second place, moving from what is that, fourth all the way up to second. It's a big jump in quality. We go from Super Metroid's Golden Chorizo, and it's not the boss itself that put it this high. It was the actual area, going into Ridley's area and everything. I think it's just a really fun area, and I had a heck of a time and really enjoyed I just enjoy traversing around, especially once you get the space jump boots. And like, while I can get kind of frustrated because I suck at it, that's the only reason I get frustrated, because it's so cool. It is so cool. And then especially when you get screw attack, you just zing, 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 zing around. It's awesome. Golden Chorizo is a pretty interesting boss, but definitely not one of my favorites. Sorry, I forgot to say, it did take me 29 minutes, 36 seconds is how long the segment was. 1 death, because we suck at Golden Chorizo. Pretty cool. And the next fight we have is against Ridley himself. So the big one, my favorite boss of the game. Usually, we'll see though. But yeah, I'd probably go with the favorite boss of the game. And then we have some collection stuff after that. But we're almost done with Super Metroid. We're getting very close, which is kind of sad for me because I love Super Metroid. I think it's super fun. But there you go. And moving, so this last segment, it has been in 5th for 3 times in a row. It is now in 1st. And I'm trying to do this every time where whatever the one in 1st is, I'm going to start playing the music for it and see, that way you have an idea what's going to happen. But this one moved from 5th all the way up to 1st, and that is Cars Negashio from Golden Sun, The Last Age. This one took me 2 deaths, 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 52 seconds. The Jupiter Lighthouse. The lighthouses in these games are so good. All the puzzles are awesome. I remember this whole lighthouse being way more confusing and interconnected. Whereas this round, it was just way more straightforward, which I didn't remember. But man, it's just so cool. Like visually, it's really cool. And you have like the archers, and you like will do the things to get the archer to lift up the actual thing, so you could put the lighthouse in, or put the star inside the lighthouse and light the lighthouse. It's just, for me, this hits. This is just perfect for me. I love this so much, dude. This is so good. And you know, we're very close to the end of the game too. We have this really cool cutscene where it's like you and your like the party from the first game meet up in this segment too, which is pretty cool. And I gotta give a special shout out to the boss battle too, where it's like it's you and it's like Felix and Pierce, and they start, and then you have like one at a time they all get added in, which really messed with my strategy, like the summon rush strategy I like to employ. But it was so worth it, dude. It's such a cool boss battle. It's such a cool boss battle. I absolutely love that entire section, and man, yeah, it hit really well. I think it might go down a little bit, and because I mean Magma Rock is cool, which is the next segment, but it's not nearly as cool as Jupiter Lighthouse. As far as predictions for next time, I'm just gonna do first and worst. Worst, I think, will still be Oogie Boogie, even though I like Oogie Boogie as a character. I think Stall Champion sounds way too cool to not be above it. So I'm going to guess that Oogie Boogie will be my worst segment. And I think for my top segment, it could be Ridley. It could be Arkham Knights. It could be Chains of Olympus. We're ending with Chains of Olympus. So I could see that being the two. I'm going to guess Ridley, though. I think Ridley's going to be the top. So... yeah, there you go. There's the recap. I appreciate it. Next time we'll also do all the boss ranking for God of War Chains of Olympus, and I'll talk about where we stand on that. So, yeah, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your weekend, and stay newly. Bye-bye. See you for the next round. Round 30. Oh my gosh, it's round 30. Woo! So, yeah, stick around for round 30, and I don't know if we'll be doing it today, but we'll see, and I'll see you guys later.